Taiwan sits at the heart of the global technology industry. It's a small island nation, but its influence is enormous. Taiwanese companies produce the majority of the world's semiconductors. These chips power everything from smartphones and laptops to cars and advanced military equipment. The world depends on Taiwan for its technological needs. This dominance in the semiconductor industry makes Taiwan a critical player in geopolitics. The United States and China, the world's two superpowers, are vying for influence in the region. Taiwan's technological prowess has become a key factor in this struggle for dominance. The stakes are high, and the future of the global tech industry hangs in the balance. Taiwan's position is precarious. It enjoys strong ties with the United States, but China claims the island as its own. This delicate balance of power is further complicated by the global demand for semiconductors. The world needs Taiwan's chips, and this dependence gives the island nation a unique leverage. The United States recognizes Taiwan's strategic importance. It sees Taiwan as a bulwark against Chinese influence in the region. The U.S. has committed to defending Taiwan's autonomy, but the situation remains tense. China has become increasingly assertive in its claims over Taiwan, raising concerns about a potential conflict. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, is a giant in the world of technology. It's the world's largest contract chip maker, responsible for producing over 60% of the global supply. TSMC's advanced fabrication plants, known as fabs, are technological marvels. They churn out billions of tiny, powerful chips that power our modern world. TSMC's dominance is not by chance. It's the result of decades of investment, innovation, and a relentless focus on technological advancement. The company has consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible in semiconductor manufacturing. Its engineers have achieved breakthroughs in miniaturization, performance, and efficiency, making TSMC the go-to manufacturer for the world's leading tech companies. Apple, Qualcomm, Nvidia, and countless others rely on TSMC to produce the chips that power their products. These companies design the chips, but it's TSMC that manufactures them, using its cutting-edge technology and expertise. This dependence on TSMC has given the Taiwanese company immense power and influence in the global tech industry. TSMC's success is also a testament to Taiwan's commitment to technological development. The Taiwanese government has long recognized the strategic importance of the semiconductor industry. It has invested heavily in research and development, fostered a skilled workforce, and created a business environment conducive to innovation. This unwavering support has helped TSMC become the global leader it is today. TSMC's cutting-edge 5 nanometers process technology is a testament to its leadership in the industry. Under the leadership of its visionary executives, TSMC continues to set new benchmarks in semiconductor manufacturing. With clients and offices around the world, TSMC's influence extends far beyond Taiwan's borders. The company also collaborates with leading universities to drive innovation and nurture the next generation of engineers. TSMC is committed to sustainability, implementing green practices and investing in renewable energy to reduce its environmental footprint. Beyond technology, TSMC actively engages in community outreach, contributing to social causes and supporting local communities. As TSMC looks to the future, it remains focused on innovation, sustainability, and maintaining its leadership in the semiconductor industry. The COVID-19 pandemic sent shockwaves through the global economy. It also exposed a critical vulnerability in the U.S. technology sector, its over-reliance on Taiwan for semiconductors. As factories around the world shut down, demand for electronics soared, leading to a global chip shortage. The United States, despite being a technological powerhouse, found itself at the mercy of this shortage. American companies, from automakers to consumer electronics giants, faced production delays and supply chain disruptions. The situation highlighted the risks of depending on a single region for such a critical component of the modern economy. The pandemic served as a wake-up call for the United States. It became clear that relying heavily on Taiwan for semiconductors posed a strategic risk. The U.S. government recognized the need to diversify its supply chain and boost domestic chip production. This realization led to a series of policy initiatives aimed at bolstering the American semiconductor industry. The U.S. government began offering incentives to attract investment in domestic chip manufacturing. It also launched initiatives to support research and development in semiconductor technology. The goal was to reduce America's dependence on Taiwan and ensure a more resilient supply chain for the future. The pandemic, while disruptive, ultimately spurred a renewed focus on strengthening the U.S. semiconductor industry. Historically, the U.S. was a leader in semiconductor innovation, but over the years, production shifted overseas. Taiwan's TSMC and South Korea's Samsung emerged as dominant players, capturing significant market share. American tech companies continued to innovate, but the manufacturing gap widened. The renewed focus aims to bridge this gap, ensuring the U.S. remains competitive in the global tech landscape. With strategic investments and policy support, the U.S. is poised to reclaim its leadership in semiconductor manufacturing. Faced with the stark reality of its semiconductor dependence, the United States made a bold move. It offered TSMC, the Taiwanese chip-making giant, a package of incentives to build a state-of-the-art fabrication plant on American soil. The deal, worth billions of dollars, was designed to entice TSMC to invest in Arizona, creating jobs and boosting domestic chip production. TSMC agreed to the deal, announcing plans to invest $40 billion in the Arizona plant. The move was hailed as a major win for the United States, a sign that it was serious about revitalizing its semiconductor industry. The Arizona plant, once operational, would produce advanced chips, reducing America's reliance on Taiwan. However, the deal also raised eyebrows. Some saw it as a sign that the United States was trying to wrest control of the semiconductor industry from Taiwan. The move, while presented as a win-win, had the potential to disrupt the delicate balance of power in the global tech landscape. The TSMC Arizona plant became a symbol of the shifting dynamics in the semiconductor industry. It represented America's determination to regain its footing in chip manufacturing and reduce its dependence on Taiwan. For Taiwan, it was a sign that its dominance in the industry was being challenged. The deal, while seemingly a win for both sides, carried the seeds of future geopolitical tension. U.S. officials emphasized the strategic importance of securing a domestic supply of advanced semiconductors. TSMC's expertise in cutting-edge technology was seen as crucial for maintaining the U.S. competitive edge in the global market. Local Arizona officials also highlighted the economic benefits, including job creation and technological advancements that the plant would bring to the region. The international community watched closely, aware that this move could reshape the semiconductor landscape and influence global tech policies. The tariff shock a bridge too far? In 2024, the United States imposed tariffs on a wide range of goods imported from Taiwan. The tariffs, mirroring those imposed on China, were ostensibly intended to protect American industries. However, the move sent shockwaves through Taiwan, where it was widely perceived as a betrayal. Taiwan had been a reliable partner to the United States, investing billions in the American economy and creating jobs. The TSMC Arizona plant, still under construction, was a testament to Taiwan's commitment to supporting the U.S. technology sector. The tariffs, therefore, felt like a slap in the face. Taiwanese officials argued that the tariffs were unjustified and counterproductive. They pointed out that Taiwan was not China and should not be treated as such. The tariffs, they argued, would only serve to harm the close economic relationship between the two countries. The tariffs on Taiwanese goods exacerbated the already tense geopolitical situation. They fueled a sense of mistrust between Taiwan and the United States. Taiwan felt betrayed by its longtime ally, while the U.S. seemed determined to pursue its own interests, even at the expense of its partners. The tariffs marked a turning point in the relationship, casting a shadow over future cooperation. Taiwan's semiconductor industry, a global leader, faced significant challenges due to the tariffs. American consumers also felt the impact, as prices for electronics and other goods rose. Economic analysts warned that the tariffs could lead to a prolonged trade war, harming both economies. The future of U.S. Taiwan relations hung in the balance, with both sides needing to navigate this complex geopolitical landscape carefully. Betrayal or strategy: Taiwan's dilemma. The imposition of tariffs on Taiwanese goods left Taiwan grappling with a difficult question. Was this a betrayal by a trusted ally, or a calculated move in a larger geopolitical game? The United States had long been a supporter of Taiwan, providing military aid and backing its democratic system. However, the tariffs, coupled with the push to bring TSMC's production to American soil, suggested a shift in U.S. strategy. Was the United States using its economic and political leverage to gain control over Taiwan's critical semiconductor industry? The question lingered, creating uncertainty and suspicion. Taiwan found itself in a precarious position. It relied on the United States for security against an increasingly assertive China. Yet the United States was also taking steps that seemed to undermine Taiwan's economic interests and global standing. It was a delicate balancing act, fraught with risk. Taiwan's leaders faced a dilemma. They needed to maintain strong ties with the United States while also protecting their own interests. This meant walking a tightrope trying to appease Washington without alienating Beijing. The situation called for deft diplomacy and a clear-eyed assessment of Taiwan's long-term goals. Taiwan's tech industry, particularly its semiconductor sector, is a global leader, making it a crucial player in the international market. The island's chips power everything from smartphones to advanced military systems, making its stability vital for global tech companies. Despite the challenges, Taiwan's economy has shown resilience, continuing to grow and innovate. Taiwan's leaders must navigate these complex waters, balancing economic growth with geopolitical realities. The future remains uncertain, but with strategic foresight and international cooperation, Taiwan aims to secure its place on the global stage. Shifting sands, China watches closely. Across the Taiwan Strait, China observed the unfolding drama with keen interest. The tariffs imposed by the United States on Taiwanese goods, along with the Tsmc Arizona plant deal, were seen as moves designed to weaken China's influence in the region. China had long claimed Taiwan as its own, and any perceived attempt to bolster Taiwan's autonomy was met with suspicion and hostility. The United States' actions in the semiconductor industry were particularly concerning for China. Semiconductors were crucial for a wide range of technologies, including military applications. China was heavily reliant on Taiwan for these chips, and any disruption to that supply chain could have serious consequences. China viewed the United States' efforts to secure its own semiconductor supply chain as a direct challenge. It saw the Tsmc Arizona plant as a move to undermine China's technological progress and weaken its position in the global tech race. The situation fueled tensions between the two superpowers, raising the stakes in their already fraught relationship. China's response to the shifting dynamics in the semiconductor industry was multi-pronged. It ramped up its own efforts to become self-sufficient in chip production, investing heavily in research and development. It also sought to strengthen ties with other countries in the region, seeking to diversify its supply chains and reduce its reliance on Taiwan. The semiconductor issue had become a key battleground in the U.S.-China rivalry, with implications for the future of technology and global power. Chinese tech companies such as Huawei and Smic were at the forefront of this push, aiming to reduce dependency on foreign technology. The Chinese government also increased subsidies and support for domestic semiconductor firms, hoping to accelerate their growth and innovation. As a result, China's share in the global semiconductor market began to rise, signaling a shift in the balance of power in the tech industry. The international community watched closely, aware that the outcome of this semiconductor race could reshape global alliances and economic structures. Beyond the chips, a wider trade war. The U.S. tariffs imposed on Taiwanese goods in 2024 were not limited to semiconductors. They encompassed a wide range of products, from electronics and machinery to textiles and footwear. This broader trade war signaled a significant shift in the U.S. approach to Taiwan, moving beyond the narrow focus on chip manufacturing. Taiwan, a major exporter, felt the sting of these tariffs across its economy. Industries that had nothing to do with semiconductors found themselves caught in the crossfire of the U.S.-China rivalry. This broader trade war threatened to unravel the intricate web of economic ties that had bound the United States and Taiwan for decades. The tariffs on non-semiconductor goods raised questions about the true motives behind the U.S. actions. Was the United States using the semiconductor issue as a pretext to pursue a wider trade agenda, aimed at reducing its trade deficit and reshaping global supply chains? The answer remained elusive, but the impact on Taiwan was undeniable. Taiwan's economy, heavily reliant on exports, faced significant challenges. Businesses struggled to adjust to the new tariffs, and some were forced to relocate production or shut down altogether. The tariffs created economic uncertainty, dampening investment and slowing growth. The broader trade war had become a significant threat to Taiwan's economic well-being, adding another layer of complexity to the already tense geopolitical situation. As the trade war expanded, global leaders and economists continued to debate the long-term implications for international trade and economic stability. An uncertain future. The geopolitical and economic landscape surrounding Taiwan remains in flux. The island nation faces an array of challenges, from navigating its relationships with the United States and China, to addressing the economic impacts of tariffs and trade wars. Taiwan's leaders must make crucial decisions that will shape the country's future, balancing immediate needs with long-term goals. The path forward is uncertain, but one thing is clear: Taiwan's role in the global arena is more pivotal than ever. As Taiwan navigates its uncertain future, another transformation is taking place across the Pacific. The United States, long seen as a beacon of democracy, is showing signs of adopting characteristics more commonly associated with authoritarian regimes. Government control is on the rise, with increased intervention in industries and markets. Policies aimed at protecting national security and economic interests sometimes echo the central planning seen in more controlled economies. Surveillance has also ramped up. The expansion of digital monitoring and data collection by both government and private entities raises concerns about privacy and freedom. The line between safeguarding citizens and infringing on civil liberties grows ever thinner. Economic policies, too, are shifting. Tariffs, trade wars, and government subsidies are tools that remind many of state-managed economies. The focus on decoupling from global supply chains and reshoring industries is reminiscent of protectionist strategies. As the world watches, the United States must grapple with these changes. The balance between maintaining security and preserving democratic values is delicate. The journey ahead is complex, and the outcomes will have far-reaching implications not just for America, but for the global order. In this evolving landscape, the principles of democracy and freedom are being tested. Will the United States find a way to uphold its foundational values, or will it continue to tread a path that blurs the lines between democracy and authoritarianism? Only time will tell. Historically, the United States has faced numerous challenges to its democratic ideals, from civil rights movements to political scandals. Yet it has always found a way to renew its commitment to democracy through the resilience and activism of its people. As technology continues to evolve, it will play a crucial role in shaping the future of governance and civil liberties. International cooperation and dialogue will be essential in navigating these turbulent times and ensuring a balanced approach to governance. Ultimately, the strength of democracy lies in the hands of its citizens and their unwavering commitment to freedom and justice. As the United States grapples with its internal challenges, its approach to international relations is also under scrutiny. The USA, often seen as the leader of the free world, has been accused of prioritizing its own interests over those of its allies. In recent years, American geopolitical strategies have increasingly involved exerting pressure on other nations to align with its policies. This approach has led to strained relationships, as countries are forced to choose between compliance and facing economic or political repercussions. Allies are finding themselves in difficult positions. Nations that once viewed the United States as a steadfast partner now question the reliability of American support. The imposition of tariffs, sanctions, and other economic measures has created an environment of uncertainty and mistrust. The impact on international relations is profound. Traditional alliances are being tested, and new partnerships are emerging as countries seek alternatives to American dominance. The global balance of power is shifting, and the long-term consequences of these changes remain to be seen. As the USA continues to navigate its role on the world stage, the cost of hegemony becomes increasingly apparent. The challenge lies in finding a balance between asserting national interests and fostering genuine, mutually beneficial relationships with other nations. In this complex geopolitical landscape, the United States must reconsider its strategies. Will it continue to force countries to abide by its rules, or will it seek a more collaborative approach to international relations? The choices made today will shape the future of global diplomacy and the stability of the international order. Historically, the United States has built its influence through a combination of military might, economic power, and diplomatic efforts. American technological and economic innovations have also played a crucial role in establishing its global leadership. However, the current geopolitical climate demands a re-evaluation of these strategies to ensure sustainable and equitable growth. Moving forward, fostering collaboration and mutual respect will be key to maintaining global stability and addressing shared challenges. The USA wants Taiwan to keep its relationship with China strained for its own geopolitical agenda. This strategy ensures that Taiwan remains dependent on the USA for security and economic support, while also serving as a strategic point of tension in the region. The USA's actions are driven by its desire to maintain its influence and counter China's growing power. By encouraging this strain, the USA effectively positions itself as Taiwan's indispensable ally, ensuring that American interests are safeguarded in the Pacific. This dynamic creates a precarious balance, where Taiwan's security is constantly under threat, but its reliance on the USA remains unshaken. The implications of this strategy are far-reaching. Taiwan's strained relationship with China keeps the region on edge, with the potential for conflict always looming. For the USA, this tension serves as a powerful tool to check China's ambitions and maintain a foothold in Asia. However, this approach is not without its risks. The constant state of tension could escalate into open conflict, drawing the USA into a direct confrontation with China. As Taiwan navigates its delicate position, it must weigh the benefits of American support against the dangers of being a pawn in a larger geopolitical game. The future of Taiwan, and by extension the stability of the region, hinges on the delicate balance of power and the strategic decisions made by the USA and China. In this high-stakes environment, the cost of maintaining influence and control becomes increasingly apparent, with the potential for significant consequences on a global scale. Taiwan's strategic importance is further amplified by its dominance in the semiconductor industry, which is crucial for global technology and defense sectors. The island's advanced chip manufacturing capabilities make it a vital player in the global supply chain, adding another layer of complexity to the geopolitical chessboard. As the world becomes increasingly reliant on technology, Taiwan's role in the semiconductor industry ensures that its strategic importance will only continue to grow. Taiwan stands at a crucial crossroads, with its semiconductor industry holding immense global influence. The island's ability to control chip production is not just a matter of economic power, but also a strategic lever in the geopolitical landscape. As Taiwan navigates its future, it faces a critical decision: continue investing in the USA or consider making a deal with China. Investing in the USA offers Taiwan several advantages. It ensures continued support from a powerful ally, provides access to advanced technology and markets, and strengthens its position against potential Chinese aggression. The recent moves to establish semiconductor manufacturing plants in Arizona are a testament to this strategy. By deepening its ties with the USA, Taiwan seeks to fortify its security and economic future. However, the allure of a deal with China cannot be ignored. China is Taiwan's largest trading partner, and a rapprochement could lead to significant economic benefits. Such a deal could ease regional tensions, reduce the risk of conflict, and open up new opportunities for collaboration in technology and innovation. But aligning with China also comes with substantial risks. It could undermine Taiwan's sovereignty, weaken its alliances with other democratic nations, and expose it to greater political and economic pressure from Beijing. The decision Taiwan faces is complex and fraught with uncertainty. On one hand, strengthening ties with the USA ensures a robust defense against external threats and aligns with the values of democracy and freedom. On the other hand, a strategic partnership with China could unlock new avenues for growth and stability, albeit at the cost of increased vulnerability. As Taiwan weighs its options, the world watches closely. The path it chooses will not only shape its own destiny, but also influence the broader dynamics of global power and technological advancement. In this high-stakes game, Taiwan's control over chip production remains a pivotal asset, one that could tip the balance of power in the 21st century. Ultimately, the question remains, will Taiwan continue to invest in its alliance with the USA, or will it seek a new equilibrium by negotiating with China? The answer will have profound implications, not just for Taiwan, but for the entire global order. Taiwan's semiconductor research and development capabilities are among the best in the world, fostering a vibrant ecosystem of innovation and tech startups. This has positioned Taiwan as a key player in global tech conferences and industry leadership. The island's semiconductor supply chain is intricately linked with global distribution networks, making it a critical hub for international trade agreements and negotiations. Taiwan's economic growth has been significantly bolstered by its semiconductor industry, capturing a substantial share of the global tech market. The country's education system, particularly in engineering and technology, supports this industry, with universities and research labs playing a pivotal role in advancing semiconductor technologies. Taiwan's skilled workforce is another cornerstone of its semiconductor dominance, supported by extensive training programs and tech workshops. The island's global tech partnerships and collaborations further enhance its strategic position. Taiwan's contributions to the tech industry have been recognized with numerous innovation awards and accolades. As future tech trends emerge, Taiwan's role in shaping these technologies will be crucial. The strategic decisions Taiwan makes today will have lasting impacts on the global tech landscape. Its leadership in semiconductor production and innovation continues to influence global markets and policies. Taiwan's future prospects in maintaining and expanding its global tech dominance remain bright, as it charts a strategic roadmap for continued success in the 21st century. As Taiwan stands at a pivotal juncture, one potential path forward involves negotiating directly with China, without the interference of the USA. This chapter delves into the diplomatic and economic strategies Taiwan could employ to enhance its relationship with China, aiming for mutual benefits and regional stability. First, Taiwan could leverage its semiconductor dominance as a bargaining chip, proposing joint ventures that would allow both nations to benefit from shared technology and innovation. By fostering collaboration instead of competition, Taiwan and China could create a more resilient and integrated tech ecosystem. Second, Taiwan could seek to establish economic zones that encourage cross-strait investments, reducing barriers to trade and facilitating smoother business operations. This approach could lead to increased economic interdependence, making conflict less likely and fostering a more cooperative regional environment. Third, Taiwan could initiate cultural and educational exchanges, building bridges between the two societies. These initiatives could help to humanize each side, breaking down stereotypes and fostering a sense of shared identity and purpose. However, these strategies are not without risks. Taiwan would need to carefully navigate the delicate balance of maintaining its sovereignty while engaging with China. The absence of U.S. involvement could either be seen as a gesture of goodwill or as a vulnerability to be exploited. In this high-stakes diplomatic dance, Taiwan's ultimate goal would be to secure a peaceful and prosperous future, free from the shadow of conflict. By focusing on mutual benefits and regional stability, Taiwan has the potential to forge a new path forward, one that could redefine its role in the global order. The road ahead is uncertain, but with careful diplomacy and strategic foresight, Taiwan could turn a potential threat into an opportunity for growth and harmony. The world watches as Taiwan navigates these diplomatic waters, hoping for a resolution that brings lasting peace and prosperity to the region. Reflecting on historical context, Taiwan's past diplomatic efforts offer valuable lessons that could guide its current strategies. Additionally, garnering international support and strengthening global alliances could provide Taiwan with a more robust platform to negotiate from. Taiwan's leadership in technological advancements and innovation further solidifies its influence on the global stage, making it a key player in international diplomacy. Looking ahead, Taiwan's vision and long-term goals will be crucial in shaping its future, ensuring that it remains a beacon of progress and stability in the region.